Hi, my name is Vaishali Pai. I am an occupational therapist by profession and the founder of Tamahar Trust. My journey for Tamahar started really long back. I should tell you a story about my mother, who is a clinical psychologist and who was a clinical psychologist. And in my childhood, I used to visit with her, where I got exposed to what occupational therapy is about. So somehow it just seemed that I must follow that profession, and I joined it. I finished my bachelor's and master's in Mumbai University, and we shifted to Bangalore. Unfortunately, I did not get the job that I actually was wanting to get. I had done my master's in rehabilitation of the hand, but when I came to Bangalore in 1990, I realized that people don't know much about occupational therapy and rehabilitation, especially for something as small as the hand, probably. But that was probably the way that it was meant to happen for me, because that is when joined pediatric neurology, pediatric rehabilitation. That was my first job, which I had seriously avoided during my college days. But that was wonderful because I learned a lot. I learned what to do, I learned what not to do. And that is when this whole journey of 25 years started. I absolutely believe that this is what was intended for me to do in my life. I love rehabilitation, I love working in this space. It's been 35 years and no single day does it get boring or challenging. There are lots of challenges in life, but I just love to go where it takes me. So, according to me, I believe that whoever is sitting up there, God, Goddess, whatever you call, has a blueprint of our life, and they had decided that I must follow that pattern. So throughout my 25 years as an occupational therapist, I got exposed to a lot of learning, a lot of supportive learning. I have done neuro-linguistic programming, I have done kinesiotaping, so I was also a sports therapist at a certain point of time. Everything that put together in my head what Tamahar might need. The turning point came when I was sent to LA, Los Angeles, Miami, to learn EMG biofeedback technique to be used with people with brain damage resulting in motor disability alone. We spent about 6 months learning. I came back, and through one of the major hospitals over here, a clinic was set up. That is when I got exposed to another area. So I finished this, I did 2 years of that, and that is when I got another chance to join Vaidehi Hospital as director of pediatric services over there at Vaidehi Rehabilitation Center. This was way back in 2003. And our luck, we were very fortunate that some of the best teachers from California State University, LA, came down to teach us about early intervention and family services. So we got best of both worlds. We got what knowledge was about in this space, as well as we got to practice it real time on the Indian population, which was a great opportunity to learn. This was in 2006. My first job, like I mentioned, in 1990 when I came to Bangalore, made me understand the difficulties that parents go through when they have to travel with their children long distances, where they have to run to get multiple therapies at different places, where they spend their entire life just chasing something that needs to be fixed in their children. That was the time when I had decided that a not-for-profit organization needs to be started over here in the northwest of Bangalore. Because at that time I used to travel 19 kilometers and I used to see these people. And in my head I only thought that people should not need to travel these long distances. So the idea about Tamahar was over there. It took me 25 years of working through the space. In 2009, so 2006 to 2009, I was standing on a cliff. I absolutely clearly remember it, where I was like, can I do this or not? I don't know what a NGO means. I don't know what it requires. Should I do it? I spoke to multiple people, and one of my friends told me, standing at a cliff is not going to help you. Just jump. Okay, and you'll find your wings, you'll find your feet, you'll find the ground. And I jumped. So I jumped because my another friend took me to a place. So I live in Malleshwaram. My idea was to start everything in Malleshwaram, Bangalore. She took me to a place. In my head, I had visualized that exact space for Tamahar. It was like a Gurukul, those thatched kind of things with greenery and space to play around for children, sit under the shade of a tree. That's the space I got exposed to, and it did not take me more than 30 seconds to say, this is Tamahar, this is my place, right? And okay, so the name. A lot of people ask me, what does Tamahar mean? Not many people have heard about it. It is a portmanteau. It's a Sanskrit word. It's a combination of two Sanskrit words. Tamas means darkness, Hara means remove. So we just put it together. My dad put this name together and said, let's call it Tamahar. And by Tamahar we mean removing all the darkness that is there in this particular space in the community regarding disability, regarding children with disabilities. The darkness that is there in the caregivers, the families who really struggle through everything. And what we wanted to do was not provide a space where only children were going to get the necessary services to fix them, but we also wanted the entire family to be able to come together and benefit. We also wanted to go outside the family into the community to tell them that, this is not contagious. This requires our support. These are people like us, and we all want to integrate. So we started this whole thing of inclusion way back in 2009 when I started Tamahar. It was not a new idea for us. And if you can see the logo, I love this logo. The logo is of a tree and the flowering, their leaves, they go from darkness to light, and that's exactly what we want to provide. We want these happy children who are coming out of their darkness. I mean, they need not be children, they can be young adults, they can be their families. That is what this logo means. And this was all put together in 2009. We started with one program, 4 children, and just myself and one other person who joined me. 16 years have gone by. Now we have 16 programs. We have more than 120 children. We have a strong 4 staff of 56 with a good trustee board with a lot of advisors that keep teaching us. And here we are. We are in the northwest of Bangalore. We are in Malleshwaram. We work out of a small space. Really, we put together, we have about we work out of 3 places in Malleshwaram. 6,000 square feet, cramped place. I want to give my kids much more than that. We also have another outreach center which is about 13 kilometers from here, and that is how we want to now move out and start working in the underserved communities. It could be within metros, it could be within cities, it could be geographical locations which are outside. We've done a lot of work to build up our systems in order to be able to do that. So that is where we are. So these are memories of the last so many years. We had a visit by 3 or 4 players from the Royal Challengers. What was supposed to be a 15-minute visit actually went over to 22 hours. And we had their manager, the Royal Challengers manager, who kept saying, just tell them to finish, ask them to go, ask Virat to go and ask the others to go. And he just refused to move. He sat there, he interacted with the children, he just loved it. And this was the first time when he was actually getting exposed to something like this. And I don't know, it was such an emotional moment for everyone. So it was wonderful. And yeah, so all these activities that we do, we have recreational activities for children. We have our children participating in inter-school competitions, inter-school activities, and that is what this is. It just brings a lot of emotions in me to see how we have moved from where we were to where we are today. This board behind me is one where we actually started in 2009, and how our journey has been recorded throughout the last 16 years, and that's what this is about.